don't get to do this very often. At least not lately. I, anyways, wanted to check in. It's been about a month or so. It's about 8:35 p.m. on the 13th, and I have a show to do here in about 25 minutes. Well, I don't. Another gentleman that I know will be participating in a show in about like 20 minutes or so. But I do. I did want to kind of just check in. Dobby's fine. Everything's great. I anticipated, or I would have liked to have posted a couple more things like in the past month or so, but as some of you guys who are parents probably already know, it definitely keeps you busy. And on top of like regular work, and then of course extracurricular activities such as music and all that stuff, obviously it gets kind of difficult. Thank God I'm not doing photography right now. Otherwise, I would be losing my mind. But anyways, yeah, no, things are going great. He's like 11 pounds or something. He's actually in the 85th percentile in terms of length. So he's actually like a pretty tall kid. I don't know if you call them tall when they don't stand, but we'll just go ahead and just say that for the time being. But he's actually a pretty tall kid, which is great for him, I guess. But he's also starting to look a little bit more like a person, which is kind of funny. Like his pruniness and his swollenness from being born, I guess, and coming out and having like huge swollen cheeks and everything is starting to go down a little bit, and he's turning into a regal boy. But yeah, there is something here. I want to show you guys this. 'Cause this is especially handy to new parents. This thing is it's funny. I almost want to use it for myself, just kind of so I can see like roughly how I'm doing. There's another app I used to use. I forget what it's called, but I used to track everything that I did in terms of like where I spent my time and everything. And it was so depressing at the end of the day or at the end of the week to see how much time I actually spent doing work related stuff or whatever. That was just like, I'm never gonna do that again. But we use this thing, right? I put it right here, right? Here we go. And it's what's the name of the app? Let's see. Hold on a second. iBabyLog. Okay. So iBabyLog, and basically you put in, it syncs via Facebook, so you're going to see it pops up for a second, it'll say syncing information or whatever, right? And we use it to basically track everything that he does. Not everything per se, but we do keep track of a lot of things. Oh, Jen actually put in the growth. Huh. Measurements taken, 23-inch height percentile, 88th percentile. He's a tall boy. Of course, the doc is like, don't take this as some kind of indicator that he's going to be really tall when he grows up. But we'll see. Like Jen is like 5 something. I am 5'11". My brothers, however, my youngest brother is as tall as me, but my middle brother Matt, whose birthday is tomorrow, happy birthday, Matt. And my other brother's birthday is day after that. It's kind of funny how that works out. But Matthew is, I want to say he's probably like 6'2" or something. He's much taller than I am. I'm definitely the smallest of the bunch, the oldest, smallest brother. That's how it works out. But anyways, we use this app, and it actually really comes in handy because a lot of times what ends up happening is you get through so much repetition during the day. Think of it like, and I used an example yesterday, trying to describe this, but think of it like you are driving, and have you ever gotten to your destination and then been like, oh, wait a minute, how many red lights did I actually stop at, right? You're like, I did stop at all those red lights, right? You tend to forget the things that become just like muscle memory. And eventually the kid stuff ends up becoming muscle memory over a period of time. So this app actually helped us kind of track everything. Now, I have no idea who the guy who created this thing is, right? I'm not being a shill for the app. I just want to point this out because this really helped us. It really helped us kind of coordinate things because it uses Facebook to sync between the two. So if Jen enters something, I could see it. So we'll look at diaper change, for example, because this is the best part, right? This is the best part of being a dad or a parent. It actually shows us, we enter in the information. So we'll go in and we'll enter in, as you see, the date will automatically enter in when you push, new diaper, wet diaper, dirty diaper, etc. And we go back, let's see, and we'll go back to diaper change. And we have graphs that are set up here. We can actually open up, which is actually kind of funny. The graph will actually tell us how many diapers we're changing per day. So as you can see, it's pretty much right what you'd expect. 7, 8, 11, 10, 8, 7, 11. 11 today, 13 November. Yeah, he's been pissing a lot. He's been eating a lot today too, actually. But what's great, this is not for, if you're not interested in this kind of stuff, obviously you probably don't want to watch the rest of this video, right? But you could enter in like color, so you kind of see what the color looks like and everything. And we have this cool thing called comments, and we have 2 comments because there's regular poop, and then there's shart, which is like, spray fart or shit fart, right? And then we have epic. When it's epic, that's when it's like Like it's just poop, and it's like so much poop that the diaper is like basically giving up. We mark those as epic, so we can. And that's it. Kind of helps us keep track of uh, his. I guess you could say like if we notice that there's a trend between his epic poops and formula versus like breast milk or something, then that really helps us kind of get an idea of whether or not he's having a kind of reaction to to formula or whatever. That doesn't necessarily mean that formula is bad. It just means that whenever we give him formula, we just anticipate the fact that he's probably going to go ahead and shit all over the place that evening. So, what a great vlog! This is why it's going on a non-gaming channel. But anyways, it's great to be able to see all this stuff because we could really keep track of what's going on with him without having to actually remember everything that he's doing. Going back here, I like the bottle feeding one. That's actually a really good one as well. The bottle feeding one will actually allow us to go through and see, all the duration, the count. So how many times we fed him every day, which as you can see, we're pretty much right on par. That one that says 5, more than likely we just probably forgot. I forgot to enter it in. We didn't forget to feed him. That was the day that Gary didn't call me. That's what it was. Duration. We weren't really tracking this thing for a long time, but now we kind of started. All it does is just basically just says, how long is it taking him to consume a certain amount. But no, this is great. We're doing formula and breast milk mix. It's more breast milk than formula. But no, it's interesting. We sometimes it feels like we're feeding him a lot more than normal. And I guess we could look at a month here, and we might be able to see. Just by week. Here we go. This might help. Oh, of course. Wow, that looks like an entry that was entered in. Something is definitely wrong with that one. Holy crap! What is that from? Beginning of October? Wow. Yeah. So we could probably go back in and fix that actually fairly easily. That's throwing off the entire graph by a lot. Anyways, I highly would recommend. I think the app is free. If not, it's like dirt cheap. I actually don't know how much it is. I have no idea. But just the fact that it syncs using Facebook, which is, you don't have to actually use your personal Facebook. Just have 2 accounts that have friends, or that have 2 accounts that are linked together. Have one synced to one account, one to the other, and just tell them to talk to such friend. You can also use this for like babysitters. Any babysitter that is on Facebook or whatever, you can actually add them and have them go through and enter in their information. And since I'm basically in the almost the babysitter role, I can't actually delete records. So if I go through like sleep, for example, right now he's awake. He's been awake for a long time today. If I open up one of these entries, I actually can't delete it. Upper right corner, you see that there's a little red X there. It's actually grayed out for me. I can't delete it. So this is good for some of you guys who like use babysitters. Even if you're using a babysitter for somebody who's not a newborn or a toddler, this might be a good way to kind of keep track of what it is that the babysitter's doing. So the fact that they can't delete it just pretty much means that they can't manipulate the results. So that's pretty much it. This is probably the handiest app that we've had, that we've gotten our hands on since the baby's been born. We've used it all the time. Outside of obviously the camera, right? But yeah, and it's been going good. Let me see here, camera. I think we have actually we get some camera reception going here. That's kind of cool. Look at that. That's weird, right? That's kind of weird. I see my color correction's off on my side. I would say this side, but on the other side, my color correction's clearly off, and you can see that when looking at this. Anyways, I took a picture because that was funny. You wish I could. Just tell me what you want to play. I told her to play a song, and Siri's just like, Cthulhu, Story of War. I'm a nerd, whatever. Let me see here. Let's see. No pictures of my junk, which is good. Want to find the. By the way, this is kind of funny. This is like a random thing I ordered from Amazon. It's all like, oh, Call of Duty Black Ops, and I was like, I did not order that. It's not what I got. And this is this is actually on Tets today. And I totally forgot to put this in, but this is on today's Tets episode of Tets. This was the track that I was bitching about. This is the first attempt, 500 counts before I just gave up and just gave the camera the finger. But let's see. There is a I guess baby picture. So he's doing great. He's getting more of a face, right? This is him talking to his grandma on the phone. I thought it was kind of a funny picture. Totally random. He's just kind of like, eh. It was really cute though to see them talking and everything. But yeah, what else is in here? Oh yeah, him sleeping. Of course, babies sleeping are always cute, right? Yeah, look at this. Nonsense, this kid. But good looking boy so far, and he's healthy. I'll probably once he's awake and not giving us a hard time, which he generally doesn't. He's actually a pretty good baby. He does give us a hard time, mostly Jen, I think, because Jen's kind of takes care of him during the day while I work up here. He does kind of give her a little bit of a hard time, I think, sometimes, but I think overall obviously overall he's still a pretty good baby. He's still pretty chill, pretty chill. At night I have this kind of this technique. Pyrofox actually turned me onto it initially, and I kind of said it was BS. Pyrofox said that if you want to get him to go to sleep early, just don't pay attention to him at night, or like don't I make eye contact is what he said. So I actually took it a couple steps further. I ended up actually every night, if I'm watching TV, if I'm playing, trials or something like that downstairs, what I'll do is I will turn off the TV, and I'll make sure there's no sound. Turn off the lights and everything. I'll have the kitchen like stove lamp on. I'll have that on so that I'm just gonna pull this up because I won't leave that running. I'll have the stove lamp on just so I can have a little bit of ambient light, and then of course we have light coming into the window, like some natural like street lights. But I'll get him up. I won't really make eye contact. I won't talk to him. And we're talking like 3 o'clock in the morning, right? This is not necessarily the time you really want to get him kind of going. Plus, the doc said to go ahead and let him sleep through the night if he does. Like, just kind of let him sleep and kind of regulate us in terms of like when he wants to eat. Just turns out he always wants to eat like between 1 and 3 in the morning, and then when I wake him up, he usually is up for like 2 hours. Well, I got him. I can normally get him down now to about an hour, and it's basically just like get him up, change his diaper, feed him, give him a kiss and all that stuff, because I love him, so give him a kiss. But I don't interact with him. I don't try to get him excited. I don't make a lot of eye contact, and I just kind of leave all the stimulation off for at least an hour, which is the hardest part because obviously I'm also being I'm being starved of stimulation, so I basically have to sit there and kind of deal with the same way he does. And sorry to leave that up, right? But yeah, it's a system that works for us, and obviously using the app like I showed you guys, the app really helps us kind of keep track of things because we forget. It's like, well, when was the last time we changed him? I don't know, 3 to 4 hours ago. That's a big difference when you have a baby. That's a huge difference. You're talking about poop, or are you talking about feeding him or whatever? Because if you fed him 2 hours ago, 5 ounces, and he's mad, then it might be because he needs a diaper change, or it might be because he just wants to be held or whatever. So, so far it's been an experience, and I'm sure we'll have more stuff coming up for this, to post here, whatever. Like I have like random videos I took with my camera that's sitting over here. There's the box for the AverMedia card, the review that I never ever got finished. I will probably never get done. Can I just give you guys the TLDR? It's really easy, even though this is not like a gaming channel. The TLDR is basically this. The quality on the AverMedia is not as good as the Blackmagic card. There's a couple upsides. The upside is that it will adapt to any resolution like that, where the AverMedia card, or the Blackmagic card, you have to actually set it up to whatever resolution you want to use. Of course, because the AverMedia card, because the Blackmagic card has a limitation of 1080p 60p. I think there's a 30p. I want to say it's 30p is his limitation. You actually have to play the game at 30p because it won't recognize that any other way. So even if you use like a splitter or whatever, if you're not sending it the exact signal it's looking for, then it's not going to display it. So it's a real huge pain in the ass. But basically, ease of use, Blackmagic card is going to be your quality end. You get enough quality out of this to kind of get by, especially if you're just posting Let's Play or something like that to YouTube. Like the Deadly 30 was done on that. But everything else, like Tets and all that stuff, is done using the Blackmagic card. So, and obviously the BFF report and all that stuff is done using, DxTory or whatever. So if you're streaming, I'd recommend getting this. If you plan on doing some really high quality video that you want to post to like YouTube and all that stuff, or Blip, even though it compresses it down, then I'd say get the Blackmagic card, and that's pretty much the bottom line. But if you're gonna do a little bit of both, then that's when you kind of get into this little bit of a problem, right? You're gonna want to go ahead and probably get the AverMedia card because it is flexible enough to be able to do everything without you having to actually go in there and modify settings and all that stuff. So I do like it. There are some major quality issues that I have with it, like red lines being blurry. terrible tearing and everything when you stream, and it's on everything. And I pointed out to like Lore and to Chisel and all of them, and I mean it's pretty obvious once you point it out. It's pretty bad. But yeah, that's it. That's the TLDR. I still have the footage. I just need to be able to sit down, find time, and actually just kind of cut it together and make it happen. But the thing is, I think that the major portion that I really need to take out of it, because I mean it's kind of a no questions asked streaming. You want to get that, and for recording stuff, unless you're recording Xbox stuff, then it's kind of like or PS3 stuff, console stuff. Then I wouldn't really worry about it. Then I would go with the Black Magic card if you're not streaming. But if you're streaming, then you're probably gonna want to go with that. So you see, there's all these like things, and this is why it took so long to like record it, and now it's gonna take even longer to take it and cut it down into like some precise thing. But that's it. So I'll go ahead and get rid of that. So I don't need that screen anymore. Yeah, that's it. So hope everybody's doing great. And thanks for all of you guys who like jumped over to this channel, this like random, whatever non-gaming channel. I have no idea what to call it. But yeah, see you guys later. Bye.